Hi guys, I'm Aussie and welcome to episode 3 of Western United on FM20, and today we have two huge games against the powerhouses, traditional powerhouses of the A-League, Sydney FC and Melbourne Victory. Now, I thought we'd start on the club vision here to see, you can see they're disappointed with how things are going in the league. We'll catch you up on what's happened since last episode. Overall, things are relatively good though. They're satisfied with our management of the team. So let's not waste any more time. I know you want to know how things are going. So let's go back, have a look at how we've gone, starting with the visit of Melbourne City. We held on to a point until the 79th minute when Melbourne City caught us on the break. So there we go, 1-0 loss. To be honest, it wasn't great. We were hanging on for the point. You can see possession was relatively even. They did shade it though. I mean, you can see by match ratings, we had two good players, and that was pretty much it in terms of match ratings. So a little bit disappointing, but overall not too bad. After this, we went and did we go? I think we went to Melbourne Victory, another Melbourne derby. We took the lead just before half-time when Yule stole possession on the halfway line and picked out Barisha's run for him to score against his former club. But we were pegged back late on, with both fullbacks falling asleep. Now we changed formation for this one. We went to a 4-3-3. You can see there the way we were playing. If you're familiar with some of my other saves from FM19, we're familiar with this formation. The other one just wasn't working. We didn't really look like doing anything. We did look better in this one though. I thought that a draw was probably fair. But they did score from their only shot on target. So there was definitely improvement there. We edged possession, and you can see there the attacking trio they were our best players, which is a bit of a change from what we've seen in the past. So a decent point, got us underway, got us on the scoreboard. Next up, we hosted West Sydney Wanderers. We took the lead for the second game in a row when Barisha's deflected shot fell to Valentino Yule. But we were again forced to settle for a point thanks to a penalty. So there we go, the Western Derby, and it finished 1-1. I thought we were a little bit, I was frustrated. I thought we were a little bit unlucky to concede from a penalty because we edged possession. They had the more highlights. So a draw was probably fair, if we're being completely honest with ourselves. So another point, it's just, avoiding defeats. It's pretty much all we could ask for, given on how the season had started. So next up, after this, we hosted the Newcastle Jets, one of the weaker teams. And this was really frustrating. No highlights to be seen. We did have some poor finishing. Yule missed a couple of chances, but he wasn't the only one. You can see we dominated possession. We had more chances to score. We just couldn't put those chances away. And we paid the price. So we only got another point from this one. Again, frustrating. This also took place during an international break, so it was a bit of a weakened team as well. So it would have been really nice with the weakened team to secure a win at home. But it wasn't to be, so we were still chasing this first win, albeit 3 draws on the bounce. We went to the Central Coast Mariners. We fell behind early when De Silva smashed in a goal in the 5th minute. However, we managed to tie things up in first half stoppage time, thanks to Pasquale's first goal for the club. Diamante gave us a lead on the hour mark, finishing well from Barisha's cross. And Barisha secured our first win late on, scoring from a Pasquale cross. Hooray! Finally, we got the job done. A bit of a wonder goal to fall behind early, but after that, I thought we were really, really good. Pasquale, Diamante, and Barisha with the goals. You can see from the player ratings, we were really good. Now, Central Coast are the weakest team traditionally, and also this season. If you go and have a look at the league table, you can see they've only won 1 game all year. I think our form is not looking too bad though. I mean, we got underway with sort of the 3 losses, which is, in a way, understandable. But 3 draws and now a win. We're sort of heading in the right direction. You can see we are just starting to lose touch with the rest of the league. So we're playing Melbourne today, who are just above us, but they have played a game extra because there was a bye, obviously, with the extra team, thanks to us coming in. And Sydney FC also with a game in hand. But, still just the 4 points ahead of us. So big games. Now, a few other things to catch you up on. If we go and have a look at the medical centre, a second major injury, this time to Durante. He's done it. What did he did? Ligaments? Torn calf muscle. So at 37, we've probably seen the last of him. If he comes back this year, we haven't really been using him anyway. But not great to lose Duarte, because he is decent enough. Even at the age of 37. And other news, we've made a sale. This isn't going to go through yet, obviously, but Scott McDonald, has it actually gone through yet? Oh, yes, it has gone through. So we do lose Scott McDonald to Dundee United for 10 grand on January 1st, so in about a month's time. He had been playing extremely poorly for us. 3 games, 6.4 average. He never looked like scoring. He's done. His contract was up end of the year anyway, so we get 10 grand for him, get a grand off the wage bill, and we'll try and see in the January window if we can get somebody in to replace him. But yeah, I'm not too bothered with that, so that's fine. All right, so now we're going to start things off against Sydney United, Sydney FC here. If I can go back, also the other thing I wanted to show you was the cohesion. You can see it is on the improve, which is good. So yeah, that's looking good. I'm not going to bother scrolling back through. Let's just go here to match preview. You can see we are not the favourites against Sydney FC, but form is definitely improving. Now, what are we up against here? They're a Steve Corica coach team, a balanced... It says they're a direct playing style. I don't actually think they are. I think they're going to be a lot more... you can see there, most of their passes are short. Maybe medium passes is where they get the direct from. But a weird sort of the Christmas tree formation there. Some names that are certainly big names amongst sort of Australian, perhaps, maybe not so well known elsewhere. Sporanovic, who we did look at signing, but we just didn't need centre-backs. He ended up there. He would have been an upgrade on anything we had, so maybe we should have looked to sign him anyway. But, oh, hello, Gus. But yeah, I didn't want to make signings for the sake of it. We can see here positional heat map. They're very, very narrow, so we will be trying to get down the sides of them. Passing network there, and their key passes. There's a few direct passes there, isn't there? If we go back and have a look at the team we're sending out, and it's essentially the same team that we sort of know and love from episode 2. Kurto as the goalkeeper, Ali Abbas, Gollum, Jonathan, and Risdon as the back four. Jurtek continues as the DM, Kone and Pasquale in midfield. Yule and Diamanti as the wingers. Obviously, we've switched to wingers with Berisha up top. And the bench, it is just kind of is what it is. Let's see if we can go beat Sydney FC. And here we go. So they are playing as expected. Do they have... Adam Lafondra is on the bench. I don't know why I tripped over that name. But yeah, he's at Sydney FC now. If you're wondering what happened to him, that's where he is. Told him to pick up where they left off. We were pretty good against Central Coast. We've been on a decent unbeaten run. Sort of 4 games in a row. So I'm coming to this one quietly confident, I'd say. Alright, and here we go. We are hosting, obviously, so it would be nice to see if we can get a home win here. But Sydney FC, as I said, they are a really, really good team. Ali Abbas up against one of his former clubs here. I don't think there's anybody else there that's been at Sydney FC. Ninkovic is one of the better players. He's a really good player for them. So hopefully we'll be able to keep him quiet. Why can't I... What's happened here? Oh, what have I done? There we go. All right, took a little bit of a while to get underway here. There we go. All right, can we work? Defending the corner would be a silly way to concede. Oh, still not cleared, is it? What's happened there? A McGowan home ball. Oh, yes, so Ryan McGowan, Bradford City fans will recognise that name. I don't know where else he's been in England. Oh, he's played in Scotland for a long time, I think, hasn't he? Here we go now. Ali Abbas for Jurtek. Back for Ali Abbas, back for Jurtek. Whips across in. It's headed away. Kone's there. Pasquale, look at Risdon. Look at Risdon. Go yourself. He finds... What is that? What is that? Boys, come on. We've been doing so well. We come back now on YouTube and we look like fools. They've knocked one over our heads. Barbarousis is going to get onto that. And it's a massive save from our goalkeeper. A huge, huge save from the goalkeeper to keep it 0-0. Do we have a shout? Not yet. Another corner comes in. Can we get that clear, please? We can. Come on, boys. Come on. Oh, I don't like this. I don't like this. Oh, it's another decent save from the goalkeeper. Do we want to... I wonder if we want to defend a little bit narrower, given sort of how narrow they were. Let's try that and see if it makes a difference. I mean, the highlights so far have come mostly from corners. Obviously, the shot that led to this, it's bouncing around in there. It's hacked clear by Ali Abbas. One thing we do lack is height from set pieces. We've got sort of our centre-backs, and that's pretty much it. The problem that we have run into now, we're dominating possession here. I'm wondering if we just slow this down. One other thing I did do is put us to more discipline, given that we don't know each other that well with team cohesion. I'm wondering if we lower this tempo down, if we just might be able to make more of the possession that we're having. Not too bad, I'm going to say. As I said, considering we are up against one of the better teams. What was the assistant say? Give everyone a morale boost. Let's try maybe a little bit of passion. I don't really want to say anything there. You've been unlucky so far. Yeah, let's go with that. We've been unlucky. I don't know that we have been that unlucky. We've done okay, though, as I said. That they've had that one chance that I can think of and then a few corners. So that could be a lot worse for us. Pasquale's not having his best day. Neither is Kone in midfield, if we're honest. None of the attacking players are particularly playing well, are they? Looking at this now, we've annoyed Yule there, which is frustrating. He's demotivated. We don't really have options in wide areas. It's a very I don't love our squad, to be honest. We have a million centre backs, and that's pretty much it. The one thing with selling Scott McDonald is that I'm hoping we will be able to get somebody. It will have to be in a. I think we might have a foreign player, so we can hopefully get in a striker. Barbarouses. Oh, it's another good save from the goalkeeper. I'm hoping we can get in another striker to play with or in place of Berisha. Berisha's contract's up at the end of this year. We have offered him an extension, but he's had a couple of offers from Japanese clubs as well. So that could hurt us. Oh, it's offside. They're going to be able to offer more money than we are. So we might find out this episode if something's happened. Now, we've got a chance from a corner here. Diamante, who is a really good corner taker, whips one into the back post. It's headed away. Yule's there. What's he going to do? He whips one in. Oh, it's just past the post. Valentino Yule, that didn't look like it missed by much either, did it? We don't have, neither of our midfielders are doing particularly well. We could take Pasquale off for Burgess, perhaps. That might be something worth looking at here. Burgess, you may notice they got a little bit fatigued. They've been playing a youth team game, which took place before the senior game, unfortunately. So that didn't really help us too much there. Do we play Diamante on the right? We don't really have anyone to play. You know what? This guy's useless, though, isn't he? We've got a really, really unbalanced squad. There's just no way around. It's not the squad I would have put together, if I'm honest. We'll demand a little bit more. I almost would be relatively happy with a point here at this point. Keep the unbeaten run going. We've got a highlight here. Eddie Redmayne with a free kick. Can we win that header, please? Jurtek is there. It's a loose header at best, isn't it? That's Lafondra, I think. Adam Lafondra. I don't know if anyone... Oh, no, is there a Che Adam or something? Maybe he's at Sydney FC as well. I don't think so. He's too good for A-League, I would imagine, surely. I'll have to check that. Is that Charlie Adam? Not Charlie Adams. It's Charlie Adams, isn't it? The guy that played for Liverpool and Stoke and that. Don't recognise that. Oh, can we get stuck in there? I do have stay on feet as the instruction. This is decent enough, but the nature of a highlight is that something's going to happen. If we don't nick this, I fear with this line pushing increasingly up, we might get done. There it is. Barbarouses makes the run. Oh, it's past the post. We get away with it yet again. Here we go. Is this going to be a highlight for us? It's Ali Abbas for Jurtek. Good ball in from Jurtek. Oh, it's a good header, but it's straight at the goalkeeper, and Eddie Redmayne makes the save. 90th minute. Was that the highlight? It doesn't look like it was. Can we win this ball? No, it's just been hacked into. Didn't even make it to touch. Josh Risdon. What can he do? Risdon. Oh, he goes back. That's okay. We've gone forward there now. That's a good ball for Yule. Where's Berisha? Oh, it's a decent tackle. Yule's still there. Can he pick out Berisha in the box? What's he going to do? Do something with him, mate. There it is. Back post. Oh, it's there. It's Diamante! Alessandro Diamante! Third goal of the season. It's a 90th minute goal. We'll take that and run. We'll tell him to concentrate. And what we will also do... Actually, I should have done that quicker. We will start and close the game down. But Yule did really well. He's dinked one into the back post, and Alessandro Diamante, I don't think he's got a leap on him, but he's planted a header back past the goalkeeper. That's 1-0 to Western United, and we just might have woken up here. We just might be starting to look like we know what we're doing. So let's time waste. Let's slow it down. Let's make it a little bit more difficult for them as well. When we can here, let's go defensive at the same time. And there's the game. No in-the-game highlights. That's a bit frustrating. It kind of caught me off guard there. But that is a massive, massive win. If you know your A-League, you will know Sydney FC and Melbourne Victory are the two teams you want to beat. I'm just going to say well done. Well done. Western United in control, the Sky Blues brushed aside. It hurts me personally to beat Sydney FC, but that's a massive, massive result for us. And if we look at the league table, 9 points now. We're back in the conversation, aren't we? Guys, wait right there. Let's see if we can keep this conversation going as we, I think, do we host or go to Melbourne? We're playing Melbourne Victory anyway. Okay, welcome back. Now, we have had some losses on transfers. Berisha did end up signing for a Japanese club. They're giving him $7,500 a week. We just can't do that. So there's nothing we can do about it, unfortunately. So he's leaving, as is. So it's a bit of a. He's 34, so it's maybe it's not the worst, but it's not the worst thing. We could hopefully find somebody. The problem is finding somebody who's Australian or Australian citizenship, even though he's Kosovoan. To replace him. That's a small problem. And Dario Jurkic, I'm less concerned about this guy leaving. He's going off back to Croatia. He's one of our foreign players anyway, so I'm sure we can find a better foreign player than him for next year. So that's fine. I'm okay with that. But Berisha is going to be a difficult one to replace. As I said, just given that the fact that he's Australian, to then find another Australian striker that is as good as that, or maybe better. We'll see what we can do, though. We are constantly scouting players, and our pool of players in our shortlist is getting bigger and bigger, so that's all good stuff. Now, what we're actually here for is to play Melbourne Victory, to host Melbourne Victory. We are the favourites for this one. We drew them, of course, as you saw at the start here last time out, and I thought we were at least their equals in that one. We've definitely improved since then, so our form is looking a little bit better than theirs as well. Now, they are a Marco Kurtz coached team, a balanced, standard playing style. If we look at the analysis report here, we're expecting them to come out a little bit defensively, perhaps. They love to attack down the right, which of course is our left, which is a problem. Very, very spread out. Perhaps just looking to hit the ball down into the corners there. We can see their passing network love to pass out from the back, don't they? So we'll be trying to stop that, needless to say. And there are their key passes from their 1-0 win at home to Perth Glory last time out. And this is the team that we are sending out. It is essentially, I think it is the same team actually. It's Koto in goal. It's Ali Abbas, Gollum, Jonathan and Risden as the back four. Jurtek, Kone and Pasquale in midfield. Yul and Diamanti down the wings. Berisha up front. It stays the same because it's pretty much the only team we have. And of course, with only playing once a week, we don't have to worry about rotating or anything. They're actually, look at that, they're actually parking the bus quite badly against us here. Now, I do wonder, we do have the option of bringing a second striker in. We could maybe move one of these guys. I wonder if we should be a little bit more ambitious. But we'll wait and see how this game plays out for us. Encouraging, give them a morale boost. See what you can do to keep our run going here, please, boys. And it is actually a run at this point. We've gone a little while now without a defeat. We've won a few games in a row as well. And here we go. It looks like a full house. Look at this at the, where are we? Cardinia Park, isn't it? I think we're in Geelong right now, not actually in Melbourne. So technically, I guess this wouldn't be a Melbourne derby, but we'll say it is if we win it. And if it's not, then we'll just say it's another game. But there we go. So let me know what you think of the players that we've lost there. I honestly don't think we're going to miss Scott McDonald. I just really don't. Here we go. Berisha's nicked that. Berisha, can he pull it back? Oh, he goes himself. A little bit selfish, perhaps. Now, Berisha, of course, is a former Melbourne Victory player. So up against his former team, no doubt anxious to look good against them. Jonathan's there. It's headed and bouncing around. Jurtek is still there. What can he do? Gollum's another one. I wonder, as a foreign player, if we could do a little bit better than him. Now, we do have a transfer window coming up, obviously, same as in Europe, in January. So I will, as I said before, we are scouting players constantly. I will be looking to improve. The problem we have, of course, is we have to replace Australian players with Australian players and foreign players. Yeah, we have to I think we have one extra foreign slot. Now, the other problem we have is that if we release a player from his contract, that still counts against the salary cap. And we can't just, if you unregister a player from the squad, they get released. So we have to sell to buy. Now, obviously, we've already got Scott McDonald out, so that's one thing. What do we want to say to this? Unlucky, perhaps? I think we've done okay there for the most part. So we have to sell to buy. We can't just release players because that's going to hurt us on the salary cap. It's very, very tricky to try and make moves mid-season. But, I mean, obviously we will try to do that. Some players are going to be more sellable than others. So, yeah, I mean, obviously Jurtek now we can't sell, and Berisha we can't sell. Not that I was necessarily looking to do that anyway. We do, I think, need to find somebody a little bit better as a DM in that role. But, I mean, Jurtek is doing okay without being spectacular at it. We've got an injury to our winger. That's not ideal. All right, so we can bring on Maxi Burgess for the right, and then we can maybe switch over Diamanti. He's not as good over there, but we'll play him as a playmaker. We'll play Burgess as a winger. Just kind of switch that around. We don't really have options, do we? No, the only other person that can play winger, Ali Abbas, could play up there, but I don't really see a sense in doing that. I'm wondering, let's wait to happen this, do we have a go at them here? It's not been a classic. Kone's going to get to that. Here we go. Can we hit them on the break here? It's a loose pass. Kone's pounced. Look at the overlapping winger. We've gone back to Elliot Bass. Burgess, make yourself available, please. There it is. He's found him. Has he got a cross on him? Can he find Berisha? He goes inside for Kone instead. Kone for Pasquale. Look at the right side. Maybe we need to be looking to exploit the flanks a little bit more here. Risdon. Back for Diamanti. A little bit of magic from somebody here, please. Jurtek for Kone. Kone back for Risdon. Come on, get in behind. Get a ball into the box. Oh, we go back to Jurtek. Oh, Jurtek! Lines one up, and it's a stunning save. Having seen that, we were exploiting the middle because... No, we're not exploiting anything. I wonder if we do exploit the flanks, perhaps. Oh, let's just leave it. Let's just leave it. Let's show some passion here. Can we do something from the corner? Diamante, as I said, we do lack a bit of height from set pieces. It's something that we might need to look to do in the transfer window as well. If we are bringing in new players, try and get some height in there. Diamanti now with a free kick. Another good delivery. Please, Gollum! Oh, that's a really good opportunity, and he's put it over the bar. I'm wondering what we might do here. Let's go attacking, but let's lower this tempo down, and let's be expressive. Go and express yourselves, boys. Let's see if we can beat the victory here. Come on. Come on, boys. Nothing would give me more pleasure. I really dislike Melbourne victory too. That's just a Sydney FC thing though, isn't it? Come on, boys. Demand more. We're looking okay here. Diamanti is not having his best game. Is there anything else we want to do? Berisha's not having a great game. Maybe he wants it too much. Let's bring on the youngster as an advanced forward. See if we can get something late here. We pretty much have no other options because the rest of the bench is just defensive rubbish. Can we give it one last push forward? No, we can't. Well, we dominated the game. I did wonder, didn't know if we needed to go 2 up front with a number 10, maybe be a little bit more expressive. Maybe we should have done that. Robbie Cruz is back at Melbourne victory. Didn't know that. But yeah, I think there's only ever going to be one winner of the game. It's just unfortunate that we couldn't find a way through. I'm going to say unlucky, boys. I think we did okay. It's a gash lower leg for Yule, so he should be back for next week. We're 5 days away from our next game, so he'll be close if not fit. We missed the chance to win. As I said, victory, they didn't come to win, did they? They were just there to try and get a point. They got it, but I think it's been a relatively successful episode. If you have enjoyed that, do hit thumbs up. Subscribe, of course, if you're new to the channel. We're only 3 points off second. Oh, yes, we have played more games than everybody else, but we're in the conversation. We've pulled ourselves back up after a bit of a dodgy start. And I'm relatively happy with how that's turned around. Look at that. Not a loss now for over a month, which is good. That's it for today. As I said, though, guys, don't forget to subscribe and like. And we will be back tomorrow, an episode every day of the beta. And we'll be back, I think, for Adelaide United at home, Newcastle Jets away, and there's a transfer window in there as well. So hopefully we'll have a new signing or two. And, of course, Scott McDonald, we will not see him again, which is, I don't think we're going to miss him. I really, really don't. Anyway, guys, until next time, Open Aussie Bell, and thank you so much for watching. Take care.